This is Cheyenne Valentine. Back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to tell women to beware of other women. Now, I don't want you to feel like you can't trust a woman or, that every woman you meet is out to get you. Don't feel like that. But you need to beware of some things. When you get to a certain age, I'm going to say mid-20s, really early 20s, but especially when you get out of high school. I know some of you women have experienced hate from other women, other young girls in high school, but it gets actually worse when you enter adulthood after 21. When you hit the workforce, and in high school you're around a lot of people, so it's actually a little bit less hate from women because there's so many young boys there, young girls, and you're still young and impressionable, and you can make a lot of friends, and it's just a different environment. But when you start the workforce, and it's like 10 women that work there, and you happen to be one of the most attractive ones, you're gonna have some problems, and then most people just work and go home. They don't do shit, so their life is very unfulfilling. So then you run into a lot of women who are bitter and upset, and it's like you have to encounter that shit. And these are the people that you might want to hang out with. As far as like with men, they play basketball with each other, they have activities together, so they desire the company of another man. Let's just say that. Women, naturally, you're going to desire the company of another woman, but then you run into all these obstacles because you're like, okay, it shouldn't be this hard, and you start running to jealousy and hate. So let me go down a list of things that why you should be aware of other women. I want to say too, and I didn't write this down, start off, women, to me, you have to watch what advice you get from women. Women sometimes give bad advice. I remember my ex, he was a comedian, and I didn't want to go to one of his shows. I was kind of agitated about something. No, that's not what happened. I had finals. I was in college at the time, and I really need to have stayed home and studied, and his comedy show was late. And I was telling my friend that, I just really didn't want to go because I need to be at home studying, and I knew he wouldn't understand that I needed to be at home studying and study at his comedy show. And she was saying, well, and then I said I came late to it. And his friends was like, oh, you came late, and kind of like made me feel bad about it. And she was saying, and I was going to tell my boyfriend about what his friend said to me. I didn't appreciate it. And she was like, don't ruin his day with coming to him with that and ruin his high off of it, after his show. So I decided to tell him about it. So I waited like the next day or the day after and said, well, your friend said something to me that I felt was inappropriate. And he said to me, why didn't you just tell me then? Why you didn't tell me, the night of the show? And I'm like, huh? And I thought about my female friend told me not to say anything. So, women, I want you to understand something, that if you want to know about men, go to your man. So if you got any questions about your actual man, ask him questions. He might still be deceiving and lying or whatever, but go to him or ask another man questions about a man. You can't, a woman can't fully tell you about a man. Don't get me wrong. A woman, since we date men, we know how men are. Don't get it twisted. But you got to understand the motives of some females. Sometimes some females purposely give you bad advice, or sometimes they just don't know what they're talking about because they're still not a man. No matter how much I can date, no matter how much I date men, have been with men, and think I understand them, I would never fully understand them 100% because I'm not a fucking man. I would never. It's nothing I could possibly do to understand how they think 100%. I can only go based upon experiences with them and look for things to watch out for based upon bad experiences with them. Okay, so first thing with women you got to be aware of, they give you bad advice. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And also with women, they love giving advice when their life is in a fucking shitter. This same female friend who gave me that advice, I was telling her about some more shit with my boyfriend, and she was like, God, I thought my life was bad. I thought my relationship was bad. And she kind of made a little sound like, your shit fucked up. And now who would say that to their friend? Okay, why would you say that to your friend, that you, instead of consoling me and saying, man, I'm here for you, or this is what you should do, or if you want to take my advice. And she's a pushy type broad too. Love giving her fucking advice. Now, mind you, when she said I thought my relationship was bad, bitch, your relationship is bad. No, because see, I didn't have no kids then, I didn't have none now, and I wasn't married to him. So when things ended, clean slate, no kids, not married. I go on my fucking life. She was married, was planning on getting a divorce. Her and her husband had been separated and living separately for 6 months. Okay, imagine he's probably fucking someone else. She said that she had 2 kids. She said she regretted having kids. She said she wished she would have kept her legs closed. On top of that, I asked her did she want any more kids, and she said she wanted more kids, but not with her husband. So, bitch, your relation, your shit is bad. Don't, for her to make that comment, I thought my shit was bad. Your shit is bad. And that brings me to the next thing with the women. They don't want to see you happy if they are not happy. So you gotta watch out for certain women that basically, if you're doing good, they can't be happy for you if shit ain't going good for them. They can't handle it. They need for your shit to be fucked up too. And you might say, why is that? Because misery loves company. They can't have you happy, having a great marriage, a great relationship, making good money, looking good, when they're the total opposite. They can't stomach it. I don't care how close you guys are, they gonna hate on you. That brings me to the next topic. You said, well, why can't they be happy for you when shit ain't going good for them? Because women are selfish. A lot of women are very selfish. Most people are selfish. And women, it's all about them. It's all about their success. It's all about their kids, their man, their looks. It's all about them. You understand what I'm saying? The world revolves around them. They don't give a fuck about you, really. I mean, truly, it's going to be pretty hard for you after the age of 21 to find a woman that you're not related to, not a cousin, not a sister, not a mother, not an auntie, that sincerely got your back and sincerely loves you and care about you and want to be your friend and just and y'all just bond like that. I'm talking about sincerely, and could be literally happy for you when shit is going bad for her. And also, when I say women are selfish, I had a friend that when she would call me, this woman, I was 21, she was 40. She was like a mother figure. She was a whore. Like, well, I ain't gonna say she was a whore. Whatever. She called her own self a hoe. She was married, cheating on her husband with a younger dude at the job. All she would do was just talk to me about her problems. Whenever I would try to get a word in edgewise and talk to her about what things was going on with me, she would end the conversation. Like, literally, I was nothing but an ear for her. All she wanted me to do was sit there and listen to her sex capades. That's all she escapades, sexcapades, whatever you want to call it. That's all well, it was sexcapades because she was fucking and cheating on her husband. But that's all she wanted me to do was listen to the shit that was going on in her life. But when it was time for me to talk, literally, she would end the conversation. All I was, and I told her I don't want to be your friend anymore because it's all about you. Selfish. It's all about her. You understand? That's how a lot of women are. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about what's going on with you. They just want you to listen to their bullshit. Who they fucking, who dick they suck, how much money they making, how cute their kids is, how smart they kid. They don't give a fuck about you. I'm here to tell you. Okay. Next with women. When a woman wants to attack you, the first thing they're going to attack on you is your looks. The next thing, they're going to attack your relationship status. You know, I know you have heard women say things like, that's why you ain't got no man, shit like that. And then if those two things are in point, like your looks and you got a man, then the next thing they're going to attack is your success. So they're going to say, well, that's why you ain't got no good career, you ain't got no money. And the reason why women attack your looks first is because society is very harsh on women's looks overall. You have to be perfect, damn near, in the looks category in society's eyes. So because of that, a woman knows that a woman's looks is the focal point for men. Like, a man will take a woman that's broke, but long as she looks good, he's cool with that. Especially if he got resources, he don't give a fuck. Long as you look good, make his dick hard, he cool with it. Now some men are getting smarter and demanding more out of women, but for the most part, they'll take a pretty woman that work at McDonald's over a woman who look like Retribution and who's the CEO of a company. That's just how men are, and that's how most people are. I mean, everybody likes somebody that they find attractive, right? So a woman will attack your looks first. Then they'll say something, well, that's why you got no man. Then if you have a man and you look good, ladies, then it's gonna be, oh, well, you're not successful or you ain't got nothing going on for yourself. Nothing too, speaking about your man or your boyfriend or your husband, women, like I said, beware of other women. Do not discuss your relationship with your female friends. If you discuss it, talk about all the good shit, but don't overly brag. Just be kind of genuine with it. Like, don't discuss too much, disclose too much about y'all sex life. Don't talk about the bad shit that's going on. Talk about the fucked up shit he did to you. Deal with that shit on your own. You might need to get a therapist, and I'm not being funny. I'm dead serious. You might want to, because I want to be a psychiatrist at one point. You might want to get a therapist, somebody you could talk to, maybe journal. But women, we talk too much. We have a tendency to tell our girlfriends everything about what's going on in a relationship, because a lot of times we don't have nobody to talk to. I remember my mom was the youngest out of 8 kids. She had 3 other sisters. One day she was telling me about her boyfriend and shit she probably shouldn't have been telling a little girl, a 10-year-old girl. And she said to me, she said, I talked to you about these things because she said, I don't have nobody else to talk to. She said that. And I think and her mother was still alive. So she had a mom, 3 sisters. She had like 4 or 5 brothers. And she was the baby. And she said to me, she said, I talk to you about these things, Cheyenne, because I don't have nobody else to talk to. And that's devastating to hear your mother say that when she got fucking 3 older sisters and a fucking mother. And she don't have nobody she feels she can confide in other than her 10-year-old daughter. And you know why she felt that way? Because my mother knew, being a woman over 21 years old, how it is dealing with fucking women. You can't it's hard to find a woman who really is sincere. And so what I'm saying is, when you're telling the woman about your man, 2 things is going to happen, ladies. The first thing is, if you're telling her good things about him, you're telling him bad things about him, if you're telling her, bad things about your man, she's feeling good about it. She's like, damn, good. Her relationship is just as fucked up as mine. Good. Yeah, she may have a man and I don't, but her shit's fucked up. She's getting, it's making her feel good about herself. Just like my so-called ex-friend, when I was telling her about my ex-boyfriend and the fucked up shit that was going on with him, she was saying, well, shit, I thought my situation was bad. I'm pouring out my heart to this fat booty ass bitch with no titties. And she's just sitting there just listening and just saying, damn, I thought my shit was bad, but yours is really bad. You would say that to a friend? And this bitch was older than me. You understand? That's what they do, ladies. They listen to all the bad shit you say about your dude. Don't tell a woman shit about your dude. Make it, just say basic shit. Oh, he doing good, like don't discuss him. Okay? Ever say everything's going great, but don't brag about him too much, because then she'll try to fuck him. That brings us to my next point. Either when you talk bad about him, she's gonna say, good, her shit's worse than mine, and it's gonna make her feel better, so she's gonna gloat at the fact that your shit's fucked up, or she's gonna try to fuck your man. Okay, now you might say, why would she do that? Because a lot of women, some of them can't find a man in their own, truly a man in their own. They can find multiple men that will fuck them, but they can't a lot of times find a man who want to marry them and treat them like a queen, that they find attractive, that's faithful, and have all that good shit. It's hard to find it. So it's easier for them to want your man, but it's not even about convenience. It's about that they want what you have. They're jealous of you. Women get jealous of other people very easily, and women have that, well, I could change him type thing. Oh, well, when he's with you, he treats you like shit, but I bet you I could get him to treat me like a queen. Some women are sick like that. They are sick like that. And then a lot of times too, when you get to bragging about your dude, saying he's good and bad and he's perfect and shit like that, she will say, well, we gonna see about that, and then she'll go fuck him to prove you wrong. Okay, follow what I'm saying here. Nothing about women are very nosy. Now you might think the woman's being sincere. No, there's a difference between being nosy and just being curious, but there's a difference between also being nosy in a malicious way. I remember my last job, I worked beside this one lady, and she asked me about my boyfriend, which I never really discussed too much. And I mentioned him, but I don't, that's none of her business. My boyfriend's none of her business. So she was like, she said, well, what is his name? What's your boyfriend's name? Now, first she asked me, was he older than me? I don't know why she thought I would date an older man, but she asked me, was he older than me? I said, no, we're the same age. And then she said, what's his name? Bitch, what, so you can look him up on Facebook? Why do you want to know his name and if he's older than me? Why are you so invested in my fucking man? This woman was married. Her husband will pick her up. She had a man. Worry about your husband. You want to know my dude's name? Like that's pretty nosy, everybody. And her nosiness was I don't think it was a positive thing. Because why would you want to know somebody's husband's name? Unless it was a particular reason why you was writing a letter to them or something, like, a Christmas present, you said to Jen and to Jeff, and some shit like that you wrote on the envelope, something really positive like that. But just to want to know my dude's name, you're being fucking nosy. I remember years ago because I'm a vegan now, I went to this was years ago, my boyfriend went to Red Lobster when I still ate, flesh. And this one girl, she was a hostess. She was young black girl. We was like in our early 20s back then. And she asked me she walked us to our table. And I think when we were on our way to leave, when we were on our way to go sit down, she said, what's his name? I said, who? She said, your boy, this guy you're with. My boyfriend. I told her his name. And she said, oh, that's not him. And I just looked at her, I said, okay. I don't know what she meant by that. And then, we ate, and when we left, I seen her kind of looking at me. So I told my boyfriend, he said, nah, he said, yeah, she trying to see if, you know, I'm one of her friends' dudes or some shit like that. He said, nah, you got the wrong fucking one. So she asked me his name and tried to create insecurity in me by saying, oh, that's not him. And I just looked at her like, bitch, even if it was him, somebody your friend was fucking around with, okay, we get to the bottom of it right now. But like you said, it wasn't. I know it wasn't fucking him. I just moved down here. Okay, I know it wasn't fucking him. Loser bitch. But that's how women are. They want to create insecurity. They want to start shit. They nosy as fuck. Also, with your female friends, back to this looks thing, I remember that you got to be aware of this look, you know, how you look around certain females, because I have this thing now where I only want to hang out with women who I think are pretty. You hanging out with women who are not that attractive and you're nice looking, that's a bad thing. Don't do that. I had a friend, she was nice looking, but you know, to me she was nice looking or whatever. She wasn't an ugly woman at all, but she was talking to a guy. She was having sex with one guy, right? It was another guy that his cousin, so this is how it went. She was having sex with one guy, and that one guy had two cousins. No, they had 3 male cousins. She ended up fucking one of them. And then it was 2 left. So what happened was, I came over to her house. One of the cousins, so the dude that she was fucking, one of his male cousins had sex with her cousin. He really kind of raped her. What happened was, he asked to give her oral sex. She let him do it. No, she pulled out her pants, and instead of him eating her out, he jumped on top of her and stuck his dick in her. And she told him, well, you know, if you just want to do it, you should have just asked me. You shouldn't have did that. But she wasn't even mad at him. At the time, she had a little bit of weight on her, so I don't know, maybe she had low self-esteem, because I would have called the police on that motherfucker. So they left out. I didn't know what went down. I know I came over there, and that was the day of the incident, and they were together. I remember he kept looking back at me. I walked past him, I said hi to her, I didn't know who the fuck he was, and he kept looking back at me. Well, what happened was, he went back and told my friend at the time, let's say her name was Jennifer. He said, I like your friend Cheyenne, you know, I like how she look or whatever. He went and told the dude that she was fucking. He described what I looked like. He told him, I like how she looked. He told the other cousins, I like how she looked. So my friend Jennifer got mad because the dude she was fucking never saw me. Okay, repeat that. He never saw me. Only one of the 4 cousins saw me. The other 3 did not see me. So the one cousin, he might know, I guess men know he might know what his cousins think is attractive. So when he told them I look good, they just took his word for it, based upon how he described me, whatever the case may be. So the dude that she was fucking never saw me, and the other 2 cousins never saw me. Only one cousin. So one of the cousins that never saw me was asking the dude that she fucked, you know, how did I look, what I look like, because they was gonna come over to my house and want to do some double date type shit. And the dude she was fucking was like, yeah, she look real good, she fine as shit. But he never saw me. He only went based upon the other cousin's description of me. And she got mad. She was like, yeah, you know, he said you look good and you fine on that. And she's like, I was like, man, you know, you cool, you alright, you know. I'm like, bitch, this bra, my friend really said, oh, you alright. Now I understand as a female, that's uncomfortable when a dude sitting there bragging about how another female's attractive, especially when he never even seen her. But for you to say, I'm only alright, well, bitch, you know what? It don't matter what you think. The dude that saw me, he think I'm above alright. So like I tell women, what another woman thinks about you doesn't matter. What another woman thinks about your beauty does not matter, because she has a pussy between her legs. She's gonna always hate. That's what they fucking do. And I'm not saying every woman's gonna do that, but your own friends is gonna hate. If they feel uncomfortable, they feel you get more attention, or somebody said you was pretty, they are gonna fucking hate. And you gotta be prepared for that shit. I had another incident too. That's why I said I only want to be friends with nice looking women. I had a friend with the job court with. I'm assuming she gained weight. She told me she weighed 250 pounds. Then she said, you know, Cheyenne, you would not believe how much I weigh. And she was like, are you the same size you was in job corps? And I said, yeah, I'm about the same size. I told her I was a vegetarian. It just came out. And she we were talking about something one day. I was telling her how my brother like had hit me and how he was acting abusive towards me when I was younger. And she was getting defensive, like talking about how her brother smashed her head in the wall and how the parents didn't really do shit. And I'm like, well, that's your parents. If they let him put his hands on you and they ain't do shit to him, that's on them. So she's getting defensive. I'm pouring out my heart to her. Then I'm telling her that his girlfriend took his side or kind of tried to explain away his behavior. And I said he probably put his hands on her, you know, or some shit. And she was getting real defensive, everybody. Like she was mad as to what I was saying. I'm just telling her the shit that happened. She's getting defensive instead of being on my side and listening to me as a friend would do. Then out of nowhere, everybody, she says, you know, let's say, for example, she's like, it's a matter of opinion. Some women just like a dude that hit on them. That's all they're used to. And she says, just like, you know, for example, you don't like to eat meat. You know, it's a matter of opinion, you know. And I said, what does me not eating meat got to do with a man putting his fucking hands on somebody? And she said, you know, because you can't think you're better than somebody. So that's what it was, everybody. She thought that I thought I was better than somebody because I don't eat meat. Bitch, you have every opportunity not to put meat in your mouth either. Like, why is that? Why you feel some sort of way because I'm a vegetarian? Why you feel uncomfortable about that? You must know that you're supposed to be one too. You must know you are, because like, if it's plenty people, everybody I know for the most part eats meat. It don't make me feel uncomfortable at all. I don't give a fuck what you put in your fucking mouth, in your ass, in your ears. That's on you. I don't eat meat, and that's all there is to it. I don't try to make nobody feel bad for eating meat. I ate meat all my fucking life. So, you know, for her to say I thought, you know, I was better than somebody, that let me know that how she thought about me. You understand? You got to beware of other women, ladies, okay? They, a lot of times, are hating on you undercover, and you don't know. And nothing that brings me to the next point. A lot of women like to compare themselves to you, and that's where the hate comes. They comparing themselves to how you look, how you talk, how you walk, your relationship with your guy, if you have one. If you don't, they probably secretly loving that shit. They compare themselves to your finances. And so because they always comparing themselves, they cannot truly be a good friend to you, because they can't just take themselves out of the equation, just be happy for you and take you as an individual. That brings us to the next point of them comparing themselves and wanting to be better than you. A lot of women don't want to help you with your shit. I know my ex, actually my boyfriend now, he was laid off for a little while, and he literally had about 5 dudes try to help him get a job. Literally about 5. And he had one of his female coworkers help him get the current job he's at now. He had people falling over themselves trying to help him find a job when he was laid off. Me, not so much luck. I have never had a woman actually try to help me get a job. I had a friend, I mentioned this in another video, where we worked together, we were really close. She ended up getting fired. I ended up quitting that job. And I had found another one before I quit, but the job she was at paid like $1 or $2 more than one I was at. So I said, you know, won't you help me get there at your job? She said, no problem. I get an application for you tomorrow. Day 1 goes past. Day 2, day 3. I text her, I cuss her out. I said, you know what? You supposed to be my fucking friend, and you would do me like that? If you didn't want me to work at your job, you should have just said, I don't feel comfortable with that for whatever fucking reason. Mind you, everybody, she got fired. So it wasn't, I know you might say maybe your work ethic is bad. Nope, she got fired, not me. I actually quit the motherfucker. She got fired. Okay, so anybody should not be trying to help nobody get on at a job. It's me not trying to help her get on. Because she got fired, and I know how she talk a lot and shit, like she starts shit. So she was like, no, it's not that. It's just I'm going through a lot. I'm so shocked that you came at me like that. She's like, I didn't do it intentionally. She said it's just that the job is far from my home. See, she did not like to take the expressway. She liked to take the streets. So this job was like 40 minutes away, and she was stressed out. Plus, she had 3 kids she had to pick up from daycare. So she was going through a lot. And so her thing was she didn't plan on staying at that job. My question to her was, okay, even if you don't plan on staying at that job, what they got to do with me? If you said you're going to do something, do it. You just didn't want me at that job because it paid decent. You're full of shit. Okay, if you plan on leaving, so bye. What they got to do with me? If you're supposed to help me get on, you're supposed to help me get on. At least give me an application and say, and put yourself as a reference. That's all you had to do. She couldn't even do that. Then when we got to talking on the phone, I just let it go. She said that the position was already filled. Stupid bitch. That's what women do. They're cool with getting you a job if it's a job that's paying less than them, or you're the insubordinate. If it's a job paying more than them, or you're going to be over them, they cannot handle that, and they're not going to have that shit. Period. What else? I mean, that's about it for women. And like I said, this last point, they don't want you to have more than them. Just overall, you know, they can't handle that. And for some reason, it bothers them. It hurts their spirit and their soul. So I just want women to be aware of these things about other women. I'm not telling you to be a bitter Becky and not befriend anybody, not try to do anything. And I want to say, too, when I'm at the gym, I notice that men go to the gym, they play around each other, and go as a group. If I see a group of women together, they're usually all overweight. I never see a group of really attractive women together working out. Women at the gym don't really speak to each other. We just ignore each other. It's not that much of a sisterhood with women. And I think that men can build better bonds with other men than women can. Look at YouTube. The men seem to build better bonds. They go at each other, but they seem to, men want a sense of belonging. And women, to me, don't. Like, women, we want to belong, but we just as content saying, I'll just be by my fucking self. Men, they try to bond with each other because they want that sense of belonging. And women just seem to want to hate on each other and keep a distance and say that she's above another. I remember my ex, it was me, him, and his brother standing together. His brother's girlfriend would come over, and his brother was a whore, cheating on her all the time. And she would brag about her car and just try to brag about shit. And I would cook for my boyfriend, and I remember his brother saying, well, yeah, my baby, she gon' my boo finna cook for me. And something she said to my boyfriend, and I forgot what it was. My boyfriend was saying she sees it as like a little competition, like them against us, like they're, you know, like a power couple against another power couple. Neither one of us was a power couple. We had no fucking money like that. But I'm saying, he was saying she see it as a competition. I'm like, that's how women are. They're competitive towards each other over nothing. Over fucking nothing. You can never be like another chick. You can only be the best version of your fucking self, ladies. Always remember that. You can never be better or worse than no other woman. You can only be the better version of yourself. You're competing against another person is frugal. Is no point to that. Compete with yourself. Be the best person you can be. Trying to compete with another motherfucker that ain't did shit to you and hating on them and being bitter. Because women want to be the only one that shine. Women want to be the only one that got something going on for themselves. Women want to be the only pretty one. The only one with the good job. The fine dude that's faithful. The beautiful kids. Like, it's 6 billion people in the world, but they want to be the only motherfucker with everything. Watch out for these kind of women, ladies.